Who pays the tariffs?
The Chinese government pays the tariff.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I'm an importer and an exporter for 20 years. When a product comes into the U.S., there's something called a tariff sheet.
Okay.
I, as the buyer of that product, follow U.S. law and pay the tariff. I'm an American citizen, an American taxpayer. I pay that tariff to the U.S. government, and that increase in the cost, I then sell to you for a higher price because I've got to cover that tariff.
Then what about?
There is
then
no.
What do you say? Our tariffs are higher when they go overseas as opposed to theirs coming here.
Tariffs are never a zero-sum game. Tariffs are a tool. For example, you might say, you want to sell us your beans.
Yeah.
We are going to give you a low tariff if you buy our corn. But the cost of the tariff is ultimately always borne by the consumer.
Don't you think at the end of the day there may be more competition within the market of the U.S. government?
And you're confusing the question. This is not a question of competition. The point we're discussing is who bears the cost of the tariff.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you if it's good policy for the U.S. government to tax beans and for the Chinese government to tariff corn. But what I can absolutely assure you is that a product that comes into the U.S. is paid for by a U.S. company, and the increased cost of that is borne by all of us. I am an importer and exporter. I do it for a living.
Okay. Then what's the alternative if at one point in our country's history was tariffs that paid for our economy?
Tariffs don't pay for your economy.
But they did. We didn't have income taxes before.
That was before we had municipal infrastructure.
Correct. My understanding is that the tariff is lopsided to benefit other countries as opposed to ours. The suggestion is just to bring it up to make it equal.
That's why you have free trade agreements,
Right.
But it doesn't mean that even within the free trade agreement there are not tariffs. If there's one thing you should take away from this extended conversation is you are always paying the tariff.
You know what? I'm not educated in that. Fair enough.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
Good.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I want to break down exactly how tariff policies, yes, those taxes on imported goods, are actually hitting you, the consumer, the hardest. My last video illustrated this clearly, but let's go a little deeper.
Well, it has officially happened. I have been personally impacted by the tariffs. I am going on a trip and I wanted to look cute on the trip, so I ordered some clothes, okay? I thought I was all good. I placed the order at the end of March before any of the tariff stuff happened. I ordered it from the UK, not a big deal. Actually, doesn't matter where you order it from, matters where it's made. So I got hit with this hot little bill from FedEx, $372. Of that $372, most of that is coming from one particular item. I ordered this cute little sweater vest. See this picture here? Made in China. So my $58 sweater vest went to almost $200 because of this 125% tariff for Chinese goods, because it was not made in America, it was made in China. These tariffs don't affect the companies. They're just gonna pass the cost on to us. I took economics in college and it's been a while, but tariffs are bad economic policy, and that's a hill I'll die on. Well, I didn't vote for this. Why do I have to find out?
So here's the deal. When the United States of America imposes tariffs on foreign goods, let's say electronics or hair as the case may be from China, those companies don't just eat the cost. No, they pass that cost on to American retailers, who then pass it on to you in the form of higher prices at the store. My video shows how a simple $100 gadget can turn into a $120 one after tariffs are slapped on. That extra $20? It's not going to help American jobs directly, it's coming out of your wallet. And while tariffs are supposed to protect American manufacturers, they can backfire. Many businesses rely on global supply chains. So when tariffs hit, their costs go up, too, leading to inflation across the board. And sometimes most manufacturing companies may not be able to withstand the inflation and tax cost, leading them to shut down.
Hey, Maga, I thought these tariffs were supposed to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. So tell me why Subaru just announced that they're leaving. Subaru's been building cars here for years in the U.S., years, and now they're leaving because of the 25% tariffs. Thanks, Donald. Great job.
Where are you from?
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think Donald Trump's tariff policy?
I don't want to get thrown out of America.
But you still can talk about it?
I don't agree with what's going on, no. I don't think it's good for the free enterprise. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Do you think he can make America great again or not?
No, because he's got to destroy the economy.
he made a so bad relationship to the world.
The biggest problem the US has now is China. Right? China will retaliate and retaliate and retaliate. They have got unlimited resources. America doesn't, as far as finances are concerned. So, you know, nobody wins.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you think what American people will need right now?
A good president. You know, somebody who cares about the country, the finances, and the people.
So next time you hear, we're taxing imports to protect American jobs, ask, who's really paying for it? Chances are, it's not the foreign company, it's you. If this helped you understand what's really happening, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns on economic policy and how it impacts your everyday life. Catch you next time.